All right, welcome to today's Tech Talk Tuesday. Today's video, we're gonna go ahead and install heat shielding on the exhaust system of the Dodge Viper. Now, since we've removed the catalytic converters for now, we probably don't need the extra heat shielding. The factory thermal insulation should be enough, but at the same time, any extra heat that we can get out of the side sills and out the back of the car, keeping the side sills cooler and the interior cooler, is definitely a good thing to go ahead and remove if we can. So we'll go ahead and install this heat shielding and show you the process to go through to actually install the material. Now this material, I'm gonna go ahead and put links in the description below. So that way if you wanna go ahead and order this for your application, you can go ahead and do so. And the material says it's rated, I think, either 1600, 1800 degrees Fahrenheit of constant temperature. So it's definitely more than adequate for what we're gonna be doing in this application. So let's go ahead and dive into the process. The first thing they say to do is go ahead and degrease all the exhaust system to make sure everything's clean and fresh, so that way you don't have any materials that could catch on fire trapped between the exhaust and the thermal barrier. And so we've already done that. We've been letting it outgas, so that way any remnants of the cleaning material is gone from the car. Granted, we also did use a biodegradable degreaser, so it shouldn't be flammable as it is, but still, we went ahead, got it all cleaned up, let it sit for like 15 minutes, so that way we can make sure everything's nice and dry and ready to go. So let's dive into it. All right, so I've been a little busy off camera. I went ahead and got the front half of the exhaust done. I went ahead and did it off camera because I wanted to figure out the process and make sure I got it all dialed in before sharing it with you, because I don't want to be giving you bad information. So the instructions that come with the heat shield are pretty good. You just go through, follow those directions line by line, and you can get through this process. So on the Viper, it's pretty straightforward to go through and make this exhaust shield work, because most of the exhaust is pretty straight. So basically what I did was I measured the length of the sections of heat shielding that I wanted to cover, whether it's the muffler or the exhaust pipe. And then what I did was, based off the instructions, you figure out the circumference, and then you take that, since it's a 3-inch exhaust, and you subtract 2 inches from that circumference, which ended up being about 7.5 inches, and then cut it to the length, cut it to the width, and then you go ahead and trim a 1/4 inch of the actual material off of the backing on all the 4 corners, and then you can fold over the aluminum foil material, so that way you get a nice clean edge all the way around, and it makes the install a lot cleaner and a lot nicer. So let's go ahead and show you how the exhaust wrap is turning out, and then as well as show you how I'm gonna install these with hose clamps. So let's go ahead and show you that process now. All right, so now we've got the heat shielding cut to length and all prepped. Go ahead, form it to where you want it. With the gap, I'm having it tilted down and towards the back of the car instead of straight down, just because that's where, since it has the side sill covering it, having it go back this way, I think is going to be the ideal situation for the Viper. Now, the one thing that the kit doesn't come with is a method to attach the heat shielding to the exhaust. And so they recommend either using lock wire or hose clamps. So I went ahead and ordered hose clamps, and I will go ahead and put links in the description below for the hose clamps that I ordered as well for this project. So that way you can just order everything that you need in one easy step. So these are just stainless steel 304 hose clamps. Got everything through Amazon. Nice and quick delivery. And it's so far, everything is going really, really well. All right, and that's basically it. Got the one side all done, and I'm starting to go through every single step that the heat shield installation instructions go through, but they're really straightforward and super easy to follow. So it's not that heavily involved from a technical standpoint. You just need a good set of scissors and a razor blade. I don't recommend using your wife's kitchen scissors. Some shop scissors are what you're gonna wanna be using, and it doesn't take very long to go ahead and do. The one thing is, as I mentioned, the retaining clamps that for the heat shield are not included with the heat shield, so you need to get those separately, either hose clamps, safety wire, something along those lines. I went ahead and ordered hose clamps, and that way it was just easy to install and easy to undo if I need to in the future. And as I mentioned a couple times in this video, I will include links in the description below for everything that I use to put this system together. And yeah, overall, I'm really happy with it. So next we got to go ahead and do the other side, make it match and get all done, and then take it out for a spin and see how it works. So that's today's video. I hope you found this information useful as always. If you did, go ahead, smash that like button, give me that thumbs up, helps me out with that YouTube algorithm. And if you want to be kept updated with all my future uploads, don't forget to smash that subscribe button down below and ring that notification bell as well. So that way YouTube will keep you updated with all of my future uploads. And as always guys, I will see you the next video.